Pollution is one of the major problems that the world is facing. It is observable in almost everywhere. So today, we're going to visit one of the most polluted areas here in Cebu, Pasig.
Pasig is one of Cebu's most recognizable landmarks. It is well known as a market where you can buy fresh seafood and also tuslog buwak. It is also the only spot in Cebu where you can find kalesa. The market is a major supplier of fresh seafood from Visayas seas, including the Visayan Sea, Samar Sea, Camotes Sea, and Bohol Strait, among others. The Pasig Fish Port began as a market made of light materials and with wooden stalls. One of the reasons Pasig, particularly the Guadalupe River, is contaminated is due to the lack of effective trash disposal. Residents of Barangay Pasig have petitioned the Cebu City government to intervene in the dumping of human and septic wastes on a section of the Guadalupe River that runs through their neighborhood. The history of the river of Barangay Pasig is teeming with trash and other harmful chemicals. The river emits such foul smell it made the residents of Pasig complain. They complain that it has indubitably polluted water, air, and the environment as a whole. The waste posed a health hazard to residents, especially children. Some of the residents had been infected with dengue, respiratory tract illnesses, and other respiratory problems such as coughs, fever, and nosebleeds. The residents asked the city to address the problem by ensuring that the city's drainage system and waterways are not used for garbage disposal. Walking the streets of Barangay Pasig, especially around their wet and dry market and fish port, you can immediately see how the area is polluted. You can see the streets littered with rubbish and trash. The canals are also clogged and the breeding ground for disease-causing microorganisms that can affect the daily lives of the residents. Poor sanitation practices can also be an issue, potentially posing health risks to nearby residents and wildlife. Therefore, proper urban planning, drainage maintenance, and water treatment are essential to mitigate the bacterial contamination of street canals and safeguard public health. There is also no designated proper trash receptacles where the residents can put their wastes, resulting for some of them to throw it into the sea and the streets. It is a harmful and irresponsible act that can lead to serious environmental consequences. There are also children swimming in the sea with wastes floating on it, and it can make them sick seeing that the seawater is dirty. During our visit in Barangay Pasig, we interviewed some residents regarding their situation there and how pollution affects their lives. We also visited the barangay hall to ask their barangay kagawad about their planned solutions on helping mitigate the problems their community faces. Aside from that, we interviewed some street vendors in the area of Carbon, asking them about how pollution, rain, or weather-driven natural disasters affect their livelihood and environment. We came across Nanay Natividad when looking for locals to interview, and she agreed to our request. She talked about her experiences living in Barangay Pasig. She also talked about how poverty and pollution affect their lives. She also voiced her complaints about the local government.
Pero kung tagaan mo higayon nga kuan sa gobyerno, kung unsa may inyo mga reklamo, unsa may inyo gusto ipaabot sa ila
sa gobyerno?
Oo. Sa inyong kahimtang.
Kini among kahimtang nga unta among mga banaw, among mga trabaho minus ang grado. Mura na lokdo na idara na sa akong banaw, ana nga trabaho. Asam ta mo pa na sa gobyerno para na income. Usa negosyo unta, pay nagpakuan. Kuha kwarta.
Andun kang gayon nga Malimpyo ni tanan. Asa may mas ganahan? Kanang inganira or mas limpyo?
Mas limpyo. Kay sa atong mga anak ba, hindi magkasakit. Kay sa makaroon, nag-abot-abot na sa klaseng sakit sa bata. Sama ng dinggi, ano.
So daghan jud ay mga sakit na nakuha na diri na batis mga bata.
Napat yan namang pagbata. Sir, kaya dinggi ba? Stage 4 na siya. Niya ang usa na dinggi siya. Ako yung grade 5 nga po, nadali lang nako. Pero ang usa wa dyan matabang kay stage 4 na nisaka ng kagaw sa utok.
Wala na bali kuan mabantay ito.
Hilanat na to siya kubo.
Abi ninyo hilanat ra.
Nya wa. Gani laging wata kasi natin aning dinggi. Okay ra ang tambal nga karon na naman sila ng mga programa bayan sa dinggi. Amo na sa nang atimanon pumabot man gani.
How would you solve that has been happening for years in your barangay? Like, unsay mga problema diri sa inyong barangay? Unsay inyong solusyon?
About sa basura, ano lang may...
Hindi ko bisita. Bisita lagi ka.
Ano lang may garbage truck o maloader nga may makuha dito na. Kada adlaw kaduha dito siya makuha.
While it is known for its fish market where you can get fresh seafood, it is also known as a place that is unhygienic and overall polluted. As you can see, this is the situation here in Pasig.